This assignment is going to be able to use all the tools and techniques that we've learned this week and hopefully put them together in a fun little project. I'll demonstrate very quickly what needs to get done. So what you need to do is go to File, Open in Photoshop, and there are two images that are very similar, 7118 and IMG 7119. Let's look at the little differences. So we'll open up these two images and let's see what the differences are. Now we have like this great shot, but in both of them we have a problem. For example, in this one, our subject over here is looking elsewhere, not at the camera. In the other image, she's looking at the camera, as she should be, but our friend Nelson over here has his eyes closed. So that's kind of like, now what? Well, with the magic of Photoshop, believe it or not, we can fix this very, I don't want to say easily, but we can salvage something that in the past would have been a complete write-off. Now, that's part one of the project. Part two is going to be to add a fake screen in the display here of another piece of artwork, because obviously this is all washed out. We want it to be bright and punchy, so we're going to have to replace that with something else. So we're going to have to create a selection and drop something in there. And then we'll see what else we can do. So I'm going to do this really, really fast. First thing we want to do is obviously decide which picture we want to play around with. Do we want to replace Melissa's eyes or Nelson's? You could go either way. Let's see how these subjects look. Okay, not too bad. They're both of these are nice. So let's start by taking part one. We're going to make a selection here with the Lasso Tool. We're going to have a feather of 2 pixels to give it a nice soft edge that blends in with the artwork it's pasted over, and make sure anti-alias is turned on. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make a freehand selection of the eye. Okay, now I'm going to copy that. I'm going to switch back to my other image, and now I'm going to Control V to paste it in. So edit, paste, right? And here, choose your move tool and position that kind of where it belongs. Now this is hard to kind of get perfectly positioned, especially with eyes. You don't want to mess around with those because it looks weird. So what you can do is change the opacity of your layer to, let's say, 50%. And that way it allows you to see under it, and you can see where you can position it so that it's right on the money there. Bang, there. And maybe we could even tilt it a little bit, right? We want to change the pivot point to the bottom left corner over here, so it rotates along there. And now you can position it in place. Now try to line up the natural features, for example the little wrinkle over here and where the tear duct is, right in there. And that way you're pretty much certain that it's in the right place. Now when you're done, click enter. And don't forget to bring the opacity of this layer back up to 100%. Now don't forget to name your layers. This is I right. I know it's his left, but it's my right, so I know what I'm talking about here. And what's cool is you can have him winking at you just with this nice little special effect. Now we're going to have to fix the left eye as well. So let's go back here. And this one's a bit trickier because we got an eyelash we got to account for, so you have to be a bit more precise. So select there. It doesn't matter if we go a bit over. Right under the little wrinkle there, and select. There you go. So let's Control C to copy. Go back to the other document and drop it in. Control V. Or edit, paste, right? So now it adds another layer. Let's name it right away. Get into good habit. I left. And this is going to be, again, you can switch to opacity 50%. And grab your thing here and position it right over there. Do we need to rotate it all? I don't know. Should be fine. Enter. Go back up to 100. And zoom out to evaluate. Turn it on and off a couple of times just to see if it looks natural. It looks good to me. And here we have a salvaged image. Now if you want to get hardcore, you can even grab Stephanie's smile from over here. So let's just go in there, right like that. Copy. This one might be trickier. Let's see if it works. It might not work. Try to line up the laugh lines. That's not bad. Let's see how that looks. Well, you could probably get away with it, even though her chin might not be perfect, but we could probably get away with it there. Now, part 2, this is another tricky part, is getting the image inside the screen here. So for that, I need a selection. First thing I'm going to do is use my polygon lasso tool. Why? Because I've taken 10 seconds to evaluate the material I'm dealing with over here. It's primarily straight lines. So one, bang, 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 but then it gets a little complicated in here. Not a problem. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the area in which I want my picture to show. There. Corner there. And close the loop there. Okay. So this is my screen, and now we want to create the illusion of the hand over it. So I'm going to deselect this part. And for that, I'm going to use a combination of tools. Start with the Lasso Tool, right? So now what I want to do is remove. So minus, hold down the Alt key or Command key on your Mac. And I'm just going to go in freehand real tight here. And don't worry about being precise. Oops, I screwed up there. No biggie. No biggie there. Oh boy, that's a tight one. Drawing with the mouse, not obvious, but there we go. Okay, good. Close the loop. Excellent. So now we've excluded the hand area, and we want to clean it up a little bit. Again, what you could do is now choose the polygon tool to make a few more accurate. So I want to remove that little area here. I'll start there. Click. Oh, close the loop there. Oops. Nope, nope, nope. I want to hold down Shift. There. Same thing over here. And technically I can open a mask and use that way, but it's fine. We'll do it this way. We can use the practice. Try to be as accurate as you can without losing your mind. Right, so, you know, like that little thing's gonna bug me. And now we want to subtract here. There we go. We have a pretty decent selection. And now what we want to do is drop some artwork inside here so that it's automatically masked. What I'm going to do is going to open up, or no, let's do it the other way. We're going to go File, Place Embedded. Let's choose the billboard and place it there. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay. Mistake. Let's undo back to where we were. We're going to open the billboard. There it is. I'm going to select all. Select all and copy. Return to our original image, and here's why it didn't work previously. We have to do a paste special and paste into. Alright, so ensure that you have your background selected, and what you want to do now is edit, paste special, paste into. And that's a long shortcut key to remember, so I don't use it that often. So paste into should drop, there you go, the billboard in there. Now obviously it's not the right size, so we have to scale it. But what I like to do in this situation is go to Edit, Free Transform, and then grab each corner, holding down Control, and then, you could even zoom in a bit closer. Hold down Control, grab the corner, and then just drop it in there, or where you imagine the corner to be. There you go. So you can do a bit of fine-tuning. And now press Enter, and boom, you have a nice piece of artwork in the screen that shows up nicely. Now, you might need to do some work on this. For example, you might need to change the vibrance, the hue, saturation, whatever, just to kind of make it look like it's part of the image. You get the idea. I'm going to just trash it for now. But that's the basic exercise here. We want to recover and salvage our friend's eyes. We want to give Stephanie a smile. And we want to drop in an image into the display. And that's it. Have fun and good luck.